Hello, it's MD Pirate. I'm back with another Minecraft mod. This week we're going to have a look at one called Galacticraft, which is one of the best we've done so far. It is pretty awesome. What it allows you to do is create a spaceship and fly to different worlds. At the moment, there is only one, which is the moon. But I have seen a video, and there was about 11 in there, I think there was. So it's definitely planning on adding more. It is a work in progress, and this is like alpha 0.0.2 or something like that. So it is very early on in the mod. But what I'll do, I'll show you what you can actually get in here, what it does, and then once I've shown you all the little bits, we will fly to the moon, which is pretty awesome. I'm not going to go through everything because some of it doesn't seem to have much use at the moment. Let's say it is a work in progress, so some of it's there but doesn't actually do anything. So I'm just going to show you the main parts of it, and then obviously if you want to explore anything else, you can download it and give it a go. So if we start with the new ores, you've got copper, aluminium and titanium. Now they're just like normal ores. You break them, put them in a furnace, and then you get the actual ingots. So you got like copper, aluminium, and then titanium. You use quite a lot of this one, and this one's pretty useful as well, which you'll see pretty soon. Now the first thing you want to do, if you want to make a rocket, is you need one of these, which is the rocket crafting table. And to create this, what you need is some polite wood, which is pretty easy, a crafting table, and 3 aluminium ingots, and you get the rocket crafting table. Now what this does, you just right click it like normal, but you'll get this screen. Now these are all the little bits you need to create the rocket. Obviously once you've created it, it'll go here. I'm not 100% sure what this bit's for though. Oh, it makes cool sparks as well, if you see behind when you click it, when you're actually building it, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what that is. And the other vehicle you can get is a moon buggy, which at the moment I don't know how to craft it. I don't think there's actually a recipe, but I'm pretty sure that's what this part of the bench would be. It looks like a moon buggy, but as I said, at the moment I don't know any way of crafting that, but we can spawn one in anyway, so we'll be able to have a look at it. Now to start with the rocket, let's have a look what we need. You need quite a few of these, which are heavy duty plating. Now for these you need titanium ingot, some copper and aluminium, just like that in a crafting bench. For this stuff you just craft it normally. The only thing you use that for is the actual rocket. Everything else is done like normal crafting bench. And you get 2 of these. You won't need more than that. I think it's 8. And then out of them you need 4 of them, 2 aluminium ingots like this, and you get rocket fins. And you need 4 of them. So it's quite expensive, but you are building a rocket, so it's pretty understandable. Next part is a nose cone, so it's just 3 of them heavy duty plating again, and 1 redstone torch will get you a nose cone, and then aluminium canister. Now this is basically just to build the last part, which is the engine, which you need 2 other bits for. So this is to get the engine on there, and this is how you get the bit in the middle, which is a canister. It's got aluminium just like that, and then for the air vent you just put 4 together like that, top left. Once you've done that, get a flint and steel button, some more plating, just like this, and you'll get the engine. And that is pretty much everything you need for the rocket, apart from the launch pad. And the fuel. And to get that fuel, which it won't take off without it, is bucket, fire charge, and gunpowder. And that'll get you 1 of these, and rocket launch pads. Now these are quite expensive, but you can get 9. You have to have 9 for it to launch, otherwise it won't work. But you do get 9 off just 1 of these, like craft. You don't have to do it 9 times. So you've got 3 blocks of iron, and then like aluminium ingots. That's the moon buggy. As I say, I don't think you can craft it, but we can spawn one in. And I'll grab one of them in a minute, and we'll take a look anyway. So if we let's just take all of this for now. So if we go over here, rocket fins go in there, engine goes there, plating all in here. There's a lot of detail in this mod as well, not just the actual items, but stuff like this crafting bench with the sparks and stuff like that. There's a few cool bits like that, and then you get a spaceship, which is pretty cool. Obviously it's pretty small at the moment, but trust me, it won't be in a minute. Now I won't play. I won't place it yet, just because it makes a hell of a noise. This is the actual the launch pad. So you just get the 9 of these and just place them on the floor. It has to be like that, and then once you place the rocket, it will go on there and it'll work basically. So that's how you build a rocket. So that's your main. Once you've got that, you can pretty much go to the moon. There is a few other bits you'll need if you actually want to survive there. So we'll move on to the next room, which is just down this corridor. This is all the armour and bits like that. There's only one, as far as I'm aware, new set of armour, which is this one. I'm sure you're not to craft it, but it's just exactly the same as any armour, but it uses titanium. So you want titanium ingots, and then just like that, you get everything exactly the same. You get like your helmet and your trousers and shoes, and then you can get your full set. Same with tools. You've got a full set of titanium tools, which there's no difference. It's exactly the same. So if you know how to craft any weapons or armour, you'll be able to do it pretty quickly. Now one of the other things is sensor goggles, which are these cool things. To get them, you will need sensor lenses, which you get by getting these. I'm not sure how to get these, to be honest. Obviously, I've just spawned them in. You do get meteorites and stuff on the planets, so I'm wondering if maybe when they drop, if you break them, you maybe get some of this. But for now, you can just spawn it in, or just spawn these in. You get one of these from that, so do it twice. You got this, put it in that order, and you got these glasses. Now, we're not going to use these, because at the moment they don't have a great deal of use. I'll show you what they do in a couple of seconds. Now, the last thing you will need, or the last thing you definitely need, is a parachute. Because what happens is, when you go to the other planet, you will basically parachute down, and if you haven't got one, you will die pretty quickly when you hit the floor. Pretty easy to make. Canvas, you want some string, some sticks either side. You just get one of them. Do it 3 times, you got yourself a parachute. Place dye next to it. Place whatever dye you want in a crafting bench next to it, and it'll just change the colour. Doesn't really do anything else, but it means you can have whatever sort of colour parachute you want, which is pretty cool. So we will need one of them as well if we fancy surviving. Now this is a cool feature as well. You can build flags. So they're pretty much the same. You get 3 aluminium ingots. Now the only annoying thing is you only get 2 of these, and you need 3. So obviously you have to do it twice just to get 1. And then 4 canvas. As you can see, you get a flag, just like this one. Colour next to it, and it will change the colour. So put it in the crafting bench if you want a blue one, red one, whatever colour. And I believe it puts your face in it as well. I've done a little bit of testing it. It did work, but not every time I placed it. It just had the generic sort of Steve face, but then other times it had my skin's sort of face on it as well. So that's the armour. Obviously you don't have to use it, but it's pretty good. I think it's probably the same as diamond. So if I look at these sensor goggles, let's see if we can do it like this. Yeah, there we go. So basically it does this. Now it does have 2 uses, but it doesn't actually work at the moment. But it has an advanced mode, and what that does is any mob will sort of glow a little bit blue, so you can sort of see it from further distances. Some of the planets are quite dark, so it comes in use to be able to sort of spot zombie crazy space creepers and stuff like that from a little bit of a distance, and also ores it works for as well. The pictures I've seen of it, it doesn't look too overpowered, which is quite cool. You just get like small green squares in the middle near the crosshair where the ores are, and it gives you a pretty general direction of where they might be if you want to go and mine them. So we'll take this off for now. As I say, they don't really have a great deal of use other than looking pretty cool. So that's the rocket, the armour, parachute and flags. So with that, you can actually you'll be able to get to the moon. But once you land there, you won't be able to breathe, which is never good. So if we just go into this end area, this is like the final bits you'll need if you want to get there, survive and do whatever you want, is the oxygen gear. Now there's a few there's the one main way that it actually definitely works at the moment to stay alive on there, but I will show you the other way, which I think will be updated and basically made to work. So first thing you need to get your oxygen kit is your tanks. You need 2, so you can build a light one, which has got 90 air, medium 180, and heavy 270. You want lime, orange, and raw red. Canisters, they obviously just jump at one at a time, but this one uses titanium, aluminium, and copper. Now there's currently no way to actually fill them. When you spawn them in, they're full, but there's no actual way to refill them at the moment. but again, it's a very, very new mod, so hopefully it'll be updated. So yeah, that's your tanks. I say you really need two. I think you can use one, but you have got spaces for two, so you're best using them. If we move on to the mask, which is fairly simple, iron helmet, by glass panes on the outside, and you get this little cool, tiny sort of oxygen-looking mask. And now all we need is something to connect the two together, which is a little bit more complicated to make, but again, if you want to survive, you're gonna have to. So you need air vent and aluminium canister. Now they're the same crafting recipes as were in the rocket, so just do the same as we looked at a minute ago, and you'll be able to get one of them. And then just some titanium, aluminium, and you've got your concentrator, yeah, oxygen concentrator. Next thing, you want some piping, which is dead easy, just glass panes like that in the crafting bench, and you get one of these. Put 5 of them together like that, and the concentrator, and you'll get this, which is the oxygen gear, which you can see the 2 bits at the bottom connect to the 2 tanks. The top bit connects to like the oxygen helmet, so you can breathe for a while anyway. And yeah, that's basically the full kit. Your mask, then that. We will be fitting all this in a second, but I've got another chest with pretty much everything we need in it, so we'll leave them where we are for now. Now there is another way you can actually do this. I'll show you it first, and then I'll show you how to craft it. What it's called is an oxygen collector. Now if you can see all the particles being pulled in from the trees, and it collects the oxygen. Now at the moment, it doesn't actually seem to collect the oxygen. It'll drag it in, but there's no way to actually physically move it. So I'm assuming once it's updated, you'll be able to collect it, maybe right click it, you'll get how much is in there, and then you can take it to the moon, and you'll actually be able to use it, which you'll see in a second. It does need trees, because if you don't have them, it won't work. And let's have a look. I'll show you what it does. So we get the collector, oxygen pipe, which is the same pipe as we just looked at for the oxygen kit, and then the last one, which is distributor, which that takes it in. Distributor just basically puts it back out. So if we put it down, collector, I don't think it matters which way you put these pipes, to be honest. And then put that. Now as you can see, hopefully, this sort of blue circles appeared. You can see it cutting through the chests. Now inside here is like the oxygen, so that's what it's creating. That's pulled it in, and then it goes into this one, and then that creates a circle. If you just put it next to one tree, because this is the only reason it's working, because it's pulling it in from these trees at the moment, I believe. But if you have it next to one tree, it's quite a small circle. But if you have it like this, you get quite a big circle. Plenty of actual room to build. If you went to the moon, you could easily sort of build a base in this sort of area and set up. But I'd say at the moment, there's no real way to get it, as far as I'm aware, to move it actually to another planet and use it like it's supposed to. But it's still pretty cool, and it gives you a good idea of what's going to be added to the mod. So if we just get rid of them, and we'll move to see how we build them. Let's go. So the collector parts, you need a few parts for this one. So air fan, which I don't think we've built before. You want some aluminium ingots, bit of redstone, titanium ingot, dead easy. Air vent and canister, which you need for the other thing we've just looked at, and again is exactly the same as the stuff you use for the rockets, and that's how you build them, mainly aluminium. And the oxygen collectors. So once you've got them other parts, you put titanium, fan, canister and air vent. We'll get you the collector. That's just obviously the glass piping again, if you need to know how to build it again. And then the distributor. So you want 2 fans, some vents, some ingots, aluminium, titanium, and you get that. Now you can collect it, as far as I'm aware. Let me just try. Yeah, you can connect it by one pipe, so you don't need to go mental building loads. It just depends how far you actually want to move away from where the trees are. So let's just get rid of this. And I think that is pretty much everything you need to get to the moon, survive, for a limited amount of time with the oxygen, but you can still survive. So if we move on now to upstairs. Come on, there we go. Which I think should be this way. One of the cool planets I did say, I think I can't remember which one it was, but there is a video. Some guy did a pre-release video, and that was like a lot. It seemed a lot further along in the mod, that one. It had a lot more planets and a lot more stuff in the actual game. But as I say, this is like the second release, but it's only been out for a couple of days, so it's not got too much at the moment. But the stuff it's got is really well done. So let's just get everything we need. So well, let's just get rid of this malarkey we don't want. Yeah, I'm not taking the sensor glasses, I don't think. I don't really need them. So let's take this. Now the other thing, if you press R, you get like a different sort of screen. This galactic level, it does go up, but I'm not entirely sure what it does. Now I don't know if it gets to 100 you unlock a new level. I haven't seemed to actually manage to get it to 100 yet. I got it to 50, but other than that I don't seem to have got it to 100. But we'll put this armor on just in case. What else do we need? Oh, we'll take the glasses. We're probably not going to use them, but we'll take them. Tanks, just go one in there, one in there. That goes there, and you can wear the oxygen and the helmet at the same time, which is pretty cool. You don't have to do without the helmet. And the parachute goes there. And all this is for is just your normal like 4-block crafting that you get as normal. So you can craft like a crafting bench or something like that. We'll take the flag. Leave them there for a minute. What else have we got? Yeah, let's take a moon buggy and the spaceship. So this is a landing pad, as we looked at before. All you have to do, get a spaceship, right click, and there it is. Now in this version, the second one, I did originally have the first one installed. You can see the spaceship a lot better. The second one seems to have gone a bit mental with the smoke, but we'll get rid of that in a second. That won't be a problem. Say what we do need though. There we go. If you want to find anything as well, by the way, I don't think I've shown this yet. When you go into creative, if you right click here and then click this, you get like it's got its own menu, so you don't have to mess about scrolling through all the stuff to find everything. It's literally all listed there. As you can see, there's quite a few more bits than we've looked at. Some of these ores and different blocks and stuff, but as I say, I'm not 100% sure what they do. There's a cheese ore, so we've sort of left them for now. But let's get some fuel, and I think that is all we need, hopefully. So let's just put ourselves in survival. Now to get in it, you just right click. Now as I say, in this version obviously it's pretty smoky, so you might want to sort of F5 out of it so you can see. Now once you're in it, if you look at the menu at the bottom left, press F, brings up your inventory. Rocket fuel goes in there, close that again, and space to launch. Now before we do, if you can fly this thing around as well. I believe there's a chance that when you launch it won't launch straight, so you need to actually sort of move it about to try and get it going back straight again. If you try and launch without a parachute, it'll tell you you're going to launch without a parachute and ask you do you want to launch again. If you press yes, you will take off and die, more than likely. But that's a cool feature. It gives you a chance to sort of realise that you're probably not going to make it. But I think we're ready to go. So what you need to do, press space, starts to shake, and we are off. See if we can get a good view. Now this thing is pretty awesome. Look at that thing. Now I'm not going to move it about too much because I don't want to crash particularly. But that is really cool. And you just keep going. So you basically hit like the height, which we should do any second now. There you go. It brings up this menu, which this will be where obviously all the worlds are listed. But at the moment we've just got Overworld, which gravity 100%, habitable, full of life, and the moon. It's habitable, no oxygen, and gravity is 18. So we just click center dimension. Now here we go. This is why the parachute is important, because you will just fly as Earth and the sun. You will just fly straight down. So we shouldn't be too far away. Ah, there we go. Here we go. And this is the moon. Oh, and there should be something else following us as well. I hope. Maybe. Ah, there we go. There we go. It's a chest with a parachute. Now let's have a look. If it hurries up, I'll show you what's in it. The version that I did see as well in that video didn't actually have this included, but this is a really cool feature. If you go in here, you've got your launch pads, fuel, and your spaceship, which means don't just have to take off once and then never sort of lose your items and not be able to get back. So I think that's pretty cool. Top right, sorry, them 2 bars, that's your 2 oxygen tanks. So as you can see, it's already gone down quite a bit since we've been here. So once that oxygen generator and collector starts working properly, that'll be really useful. Now, a few cool things. You do have footprints, but it doesn't always work. Okay, it'll just start working and stop working, but you do leave footprints which looks like that, which is a nice little feature. Gravity, if this is just normal walking, press jump and you'll jump that high, which makes exploring pretty easy, as you can just run about and bounce around forever. It's pretty awesome. So I'll tell you what we'll do, let's claim this place. Whoa! Yeah, there you go, it did work out. See, it's got my face in it this time. Nice. So we have claimed this place. What we'll do, so there's not too much going on the moon. That's the only problem. Once the other sort of worlds get in here, it'd be pretty awesome, because some of the others had a lot of mobs. He's going to put dungeons, I think, stuff like that. Yeah, there's another footprint. And this is the moon buggy, which works off this spinning solar panel thing. So as far as just right click, and then you can move it about. Now this thing is a lot easier for getting around on. Just need to watch our oxygen. And oh, I think we've stuck. Nope. Oh. It did climb blocks, but it doesn't seem to want to anymore. Can we get out of this thing? Come on. Oh, I think we've lost. I think we've lost it. Yep, we've lost it. Well, that went well. Let's see if we can spawn another. Maybe he's changed that, but definitely it used to. Anyway, on the other version, you could actually go up things as well, which is pretty useful, because obviously once you're stuck in, oh crap, yeah, that's the other thing you don't want to be doing as well. Don't double click it, because you end up with a right mess. Let's try again. Right click, go. Nope, it's crashed. Wonder why that is. The first version, the wheels didn't actually move either, so it seems like it's putting the wheels moving, but it doesn't seem to actually climb up anymore. But nevertheless, it gives you an idea of what's going to be sort of included in this mod when it's fully finished, and all the bits like that. So I think that's pretty much it for the moment. So there's a few more bits. Hopefully, once it gets updated, I'm going to come back to it as well and see if there's a few more worlds and see what's actually changed. So for now, let's go back again. There you go. See what I mean? The footprints sort of work and then they stop working. But let's go rocket, right click, get some fuel, and then we'll space. Let's go. I think this is one of the best looking things I think I've seen. Such a good idea. Let's see, once there's a lot more world in it as well, it'd be really cool. So hopefully any second now we should be back. Oh, yeah, we must be close. There we go. So just to get back, you go to overworld, center dimension, and then the same thing. So you can't sort of move you can move your guide a little bit, but you can't actually move the parachute. They're the tanks, just while we're floating down, so they look pretty cool as well. And we've landed. Pretty cool. Now that chest should be far behind us. That's it, I think. That's pretty much the mod at the moment. As I say, I'm going to keep my eye on this, so you see what gets added, see what extra stuff appears in it, and see what other cool stuff you can do. But for now, I think that's it. So thanks for watching.